Scrapbookers. So today we're going to be working with imagery and using like a metaphor, or what do they call it? A metaphor? No. Hold on. A metamorphic phrase. So can you guess what the metamorphic phrase is? I'll give you a hint. Birds? Feathers. Okay. So I didn't make it super obvious, but this is a page about a trip that my daughter and I took, but also just the underlying theme that, you know, we really are. Even though I didn't spell it out explicitly, that day we were talking a lot about the similarities that the two of us have. So the birds of a feather kind of remind me of that, you know, those kinds of conversations. And I didn't write them all down, but I think that's okay. And then I just used this is a page protector, a divided page protector that I picked up at the office supply store. And so that will go right in front of this one in the book. And this was our bus ticket for the day. So that's the page that we're going to be working on. So if you have something where you have a trip that maybe you have a lot of photos that you would like to incorporate, along with you know, doing a traditional scrapbook page. The other thing that I did was pretty fun on this page was that I used word stickers in my journaling. So I'm not quite, a lot of the story play at Get It Scrapped is using poetry or different, poetry as prompts. And I'm not real great at poetry, but I thought that was a fun way to play with story. And so go get your supplies and let's get started. Hi Scrapbookers. So today I'm working with the concept in story play of using a metaphoric phrase. And so I'm going to just scrap lift the concept exactly from Noelle Hyman's page. Hers was birds of a feather, and so I have a lot of embellishments that include birds, or some at least. So I pulled some out, and she used and I did gather. So my kit has gotten, you know, it's growing. So I just culled it down a little bit before getting started. I have all of the rest of it just right here on my desk, so it's all available, and hopefully this page will go together faster than I feel like I've been slowing down, and I like scrapbooking when it's fast. Like anything, yeah. So anyways, these were the two birds, and I thought about who did I want to say I was birds of a feather like, and I could have gone with my husband, which is what she did, and her page is amazing. It's very simple, yet it's very, you know, it really goes a lot into their relationship and, you know, in the ways that they're similar. And I think if you are a fan of hers, you'll find that page very interesting. But if you want to see it, you have to subscribe to Get It Scraps Masterful Scrapbook Design Story Play. So this is going to be a scrap lift of the idea, but not the page design. So I've gotten the two little birds, and she also used two little birds. So I had these, and I've had these for kind of a while, so I wanted to use them. And then I had this feather paper, which I thought would be good to use, and I also had this map paper, because I thought instead of using my husband and I as the subject of this page, I wanted to use my daughter and I, because I think that a lot of times it seems like we're not birds of a feather, but the thing is I think we're very similar, so that's sometimes why we can butt heads a little, or have, you know, we're the same, but sometimes the same poses more challenges. So this is going to be the base of my page. This is a page that looks like Wayne County, Indiana, so I definitely want to cover that up. I just really like the color and, you know, the fact that it's a map, but I don't have anything to do with Indiana on this page. So what I want to do is kind of have this be the mat, and then I will just show the rest of the... So let's get started. I'll stop talking and we'll get started. So I'm going to kind of mush these together and then cut this off so it goes like something like this. So the birds are probably going to be kind of going off the page, but I want them to be right about here. So where I'm going to cut this, let me just, I'm just going to use my thumbnail, so it's going to go right here, and then probably right about here. So I'll go ahead and trim that up, and then we can get started. Woohoo! So yeah, I have this, you know, I have some time this weekend and not many plans, and everybody's doing their own thing. This is like the story of my life lately. Is I do like to go, and you know, you can't go all the time. I mean, by go I mean travel, not go to the bathroom. So one of the things Allison and I enjoy together is traveling. I lost my little space there, so we're gonna do maybe right here. I don't know how I missed that. Oh, no, I don't see it. I totally lost it. Yeah, I'm feeling a little restless because this is not a season where we're traveling, and there's just not a lot to do around here. My sister's coming soon, so that'll be good. I'm excited about that. How about this way? Nope. I just don't want your eye to focus too much on that background stuff because it's not really the point of the page. And these up here seem a little bit too obvious. Okay, so what do we think? So I think I'm going to trim these photos down just a little bit, just so that they are taking up less space here. And then I also think that I want to move this up and maybe put some title back here, because like looking back on our, like, because the birds are looking back, right? So looking back on our big trip, we did have a lot in common, and it was fun to just spend the girl time. So I want to kind of highlight that. Let's see if we can get those in here. Nope, I don't think those will. Those are not going to work. I'm already not loving this. How is that possible? Let's move these up a little. I think what I don't like is that I feel like you can really see the background, the words on the background, and I don't really want to. Let me think about moving this over this way. So I definitely don't want you to see Indiana. That's not the point. But if I turn it on its side, and so when you don't want to kind of call attention to the background, you can do the trick of turning it upside down. I don't like it. Grr. I thought this was going to go easier and better. Okay, I think I'm just not going to worry about it because yeah, let's just not. So let's just start putting a page together. I really do feel like I go through times when I'm super creative and have all this creative energy, and then other times when it's like it comes a little, like the process is a little bit more slower and it takes more intention, or I don't know what. It takes more doing than others, and I was so excited when I started this little project, and now I'm going into the phase where I'm a little bit like, what am I doing? Why did I think I could make a page a day for every day of September? What made me think that? Let's just move this down a little tiny bit. Then we'll trim up those photos, and then we're gonna go. We're just gonna start. I know we're already starting, but I don't know. Well, what can I tell you? I need to make a page that says that. That used to be like my dad's little line. Every time he would call, he would say, well, what can I tell you? And he would have a little list. Okay, so just making these a little bit smaller. I kind of want to just line up that. I would love it. Oh, there we go. That kind of looks like they're lined up. Let's just cut this down a little bit so we know that they're not actually lined up, but they still, see that? Yeah, I kind of like that. I really should have broken out the self-timer more, but honestly, on this trip, she was getting a little frustrated with how many pictures I was taking, and so she wasn't always that cooperative and like, let's take another selfie, and she was like, let's not. How about we don't? So, I'm going to trim that down a little bit. Yeah, I think I like this way. So that's kind of sitting on a shelf, and then I will cut this. So Debbie Hodge has this series called, what's it called? I don't remember. How's that for helpfulness? But it is, how about we go up? That's the part that's bugging me. I don't know. I don't think that looks good either. I'm not really sure how I want the photos to go yet. Probably not like that. I probably like them within the space. But one of her things is, you know, she'll identify different types of page designs, and like on a shelf is one of them. Hold on, I'll pause it for a minute so I can tell you what it's actually called. Okay, so I looked and it actually is called Story Coach. Haha, got that right. But she'll go through different ways to set up layouts, and I would say this is called On a Shelf. And then she'll have like 4 or 5 different ways to set up the page. I don't know if we're going to get that in there. So I guess my tendency is like, if I have birds, I want to like put as many birds as I can. I think these colors work, but I'm not really sure. And it even works because it's, you know, looking back, and these birds are looking back too. So I really kind of like this idea, but I think I have to move everything down just a smidge in order to do that. Oh, this is some serious, that felt kind of more, feels more sticky than normal. Okay, so let's scooch this down. So that's covering up one of those little things that I don't like, right? And then my title, I think, is going to go up there. Alrighty. Now I am not going to move it anymore. Let me just make sure that's straight. And we'll put this one over. I don't feel like it's super straight. Oh well. Okay. So here's all of our lovely birds and the photos. I could probably trim this photo down just a little bit too. And so my embellishments are kind of going to go like this way, like diagonally down on the page. All right. We're making progress. I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of layers under those photos, and my inclination is to, yes, I think I would like to, and I'm wondering if that should be just plain old white to make the colors pop just a little bit, and I think I will. I think I'm gonna do that. That seems like a good idea, right? So one of the things I should do while I'm making these is make little notes of what I'm always looking for. And I think one of the things I'm always looking for is white to back these. So instead of doing that, instead of going to get some white, I'm just going to pick something. I'm going to try to find a piece of pattern paper that I don't like. Good luck. I love all of it. Let's just see if this works. Actually, I feel like that kind of goes a little bit. Let's see how that looks. So now is the time when I feel compelled to tell you that I make these videos in real time. So sometimes they don't always go so smooth or very fast. Yeah, I really think I want some white to back that up with, and I don't have any white handy. That should be note to self. Get some more white paper just handy. I don't know why I don't have any. You can always use the backs of things, which is so funny because I think, oh, well, these colors work. Maybe I shouldn't. All the colors seem to be working pretty well together. So I'm feeling like, oh, maybe I shouldn't separate them. I think it must be a paper scrapbooker problem. Okay, I don't really think I'm ever going to use that paper. It really does go, though. Those are two different lines, I believe. Wouldn't it be funny if they were the same line? Let me just look. This is... That can't be the same line. It's different lines. All right. So you need to be less precious with your supplies. This is one of the reasons that I like to buy everything on sale, because then I feel less like I need to save everything. And I know it's crazy, but I do. I don't know why. I think I should stop buying supplies sometimes. You know, just stop. But I do enjoy buying new things. I do. There, I said it. It's true. I do. I'm just going to back that with a little bit. And I probably will never miss that paper. Because I know, okay, so the amount of pattern paper that I have, I will never, ever, ever use. So I don't know why. It's like a little psychosis. Scrapbooking psychosis that I feel like I should save it. I think it's just so far into my DNA to do that. It's just hard to not to. Let's keep this out, though, because we could maybe make some layers underneath some things. To make this more interesting. All right. Yeah, I get that, like, save it from both sides of my family. But like, all of my grandparents were savers. Like, you know, the house is, and it's a lot like my house. You know, if you just walk into my house, it looks pretty organized. And like, even some people have been like, wow, you guys are so organized. Like, I can't believe how, you know, how organized your house is and how beautiful and everything. But then if you want to open up like a closet or drawers, it's still like, you know, things make sense about where they are. But we've got, like my aunt has said, I've never seen anybody be able to like have as much stuff in a small amount of space. Like, I'm able to really maximize the closets and little odds and ends places in the house. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think it's not. See, it's almost October, which is the time, oops, I get a little antsy to purge things in my house. So we're not quite there yet. All right, these are sticky dots. Plunk those down. So my daughter's kind of getting a cold, and she and her dad have a dance tonight. And I was really tired yesterday. Like, I just did one of those sleep a lot days. And I'm hoping that we're all not going to come down sick, because my sister is coming soon. That will be fun and exciting. So I really kind of want to get ahead of all this scrapbooking, so by the time she gets here, I'll be all finished with this series and it'll all be in the can, you know. But for right now, it's not. I think I have almost half of the month done. I think. Okay. There we go. Let's play with this. Let's play with that little concept of, remember I was talking about Celeste Smith and how she's such a great layerer, because she is. But so her little layers only include like 1/8 of an inch, so we're just very teensy. Like, not much. Oh, that almost looks like the birds are pooping. We don't want that, do we? Okay, so a very small little bit, just little tiny bits. And then let's maybe put a little bit of this behind those birds. So it gives a little bit of consistency up there. Oops, that's going to be the wrong size. Yeah, so today feels like kind of a nothing day. But I would like to get some of this scrapbooking done before my sister gets here. I'm excited for her to get here. She's fun. Well, she is fun. She's not as fun as me. I'm just kidding. She's fun in a different way, I think. Okay. Ah. Did that help? I don't think it did. I think it didn't. Let's just keep trying. She thinks scrapbooking is pretty stupid, though. I have to say. She's like, what are you, why can't you just, like, I don't think she understands why you would want to spend all the time. Like, she's one who gets poetry. You know, I don't really get it. She gets it, loves it. You know, she's probably writes it, you know. But I don't. We're different. I should have done the page about her and I. But I wanted to do the page about my daughter and I because we are kind of here different. All right, I'm going to stop with all that trying to do layering. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job of it. I also feel like the photos kind of need to go on a shelf. I got everything stuck down. Like maybe these need to go down here. Perhaps. I don't feel like the page is working. Let's see if we can get it to look a little bit better this way. But where are my birds gonna go? I don't really want them to sit on top of us, 'cause that seems pretty weird. But the problem is, I think that see, I'm just trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, because I want to use this little, you know, this meme that they've done, the prompt, and I'm trying to get it in there, and it's not seeming to work. But oh, let me see if maybe it goes this way. No, oh, I maybe have a different idea. How about like this? And then, no. See, I told you, I'm like, I'm not going to move this stuff, and then I move it. I'm also having that, like, I always get stage fright after I start something, or post stage fright. So if I ever give a speech or anything like that, the time when I get nervous about it is afterwards. So I'm doing that thing where I'm like, I've started putting out these videos, and then I feel like, I don't think they're very good. So it's kind of impeding my process a little bit. I should have just done them all and then put them out. I don't know. I'm feeling self-conscious about them. It's okay though. All right, let's see if we can get this on here again. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. The journaling is going to go in this area, and the title is going to go up here. And I'm thinking I want the title to be looking back, but, ooh, this might be cute. This little thing has arrows going both ways, and that matches color-wise. Okay, let's just start with looking back, and I'm thinking that the font, so orange would be nice as a title. That would contrast quite a bit. I don't have one handy. I could go looking, or I've also got this one that is white that I could probably color in if the white didn't look good. So let's try that one. And hope we have enough. I have more than one sheet of these. They've gotten a little bit messy in all of my scrapbooking frenzy. I don't know if I like this title, looking back, because I thought I would have a little more room. I do like this font as the bottom font, but I don't want it. I need a phrase where the second letter is, or the second word is going to be longer than the first word. Let's just see. Oh, maybe just the Vineyard. And then I think what I will do is do a page that goes along with this, that's like the Project Life type pages, because I have a lot of photos from the summer and I haven't really done a lot with them. I really should do just a photo book, and I usually do after a big trip. This trip was like so many pictures. It covered a lot. But I could incorporate some of the, like looking back at the Vineyard, because, and still with this concept of birds of a feather, because I can remember her saying on that day in particular, like, Dad just doesn't get, like, why you love to travel, and, you know, why I would like to, like, she's so funny because she wants to live in Massachusetts, and when I was a kid living in Massachusetts, I wanted to live in Florida. So that's just kind of like a little glimpse into, we're very similar, like, and I was making plans, you know, and I think she is too. We're pretty similar in a lot of ways. And this trip over the summer was really to kind of strengthen our bond, because we just, sometimes we butt heads at home, and I don't think that, I think it's, yeah, I think we're more similar than we think. And like, my husband really sees the similarities, and then my daughter and I are probably just working on the differences, you know, like power struggles. I'm like, I told you to do that. She's like, I'm not doing it. Yes, you are. There's a lot of that. Okay. I think I like it just with the white. I don't think I'm going to color it. I'm just gonna put those letters away. I'm just gonna pause it because that won't be interesting. Okay, so I cheated a little and I did those letters, and like, unlike every video I've made lately, they went together fine. I didn't have to move them at all. But I did have a little problem at the end, so it says looking back on our day, and I wanted to write at the Vineyard, but I ran out of space for that, so I'm going to use these little, I used that, and I cut it in half to say at the Vineyard. Okay, so now I think what the next thing I want to do is, I have this like this stuff, and so maybe that would work a little bit to be looking back. And then also I think it will be fun to incorporate some of the scraps and stuff into the Project Life pages, so that these pages really do work with the rest of, you know what I'm saying? I think you do. I think I know what I'm saying. So I want to I have a lot of pictures, but this page isn't really helping get all those pictures down on the page. And I'm feeling that stress that comes with after you have had a great trip and you really haven't scrapbooked it yet, and you feel like, oh, I should be scrapbooking it. So I'm going to, I like the idea of like writing something meaningful about that day and then incorporating a whole lot of photos. And I also like the idea of let's keep this stuff out so that this is what we're going to be embellishing, like those other pages would. So I'll keep some of this out, so whatever's gone onto this page can go into those other, to the Project Life pages. So I'll just take out this whole little paper pad that I used, and the rest of this page. Who is that by? We Are Memory Keepers. That's by We Are Memory Keepers. So this will be my little pack of things to embellish those little, yeah. So now I think it is probably a good time to start on the journaling, and so I'm going to do that here, and I think it'll show up well enough. Oh, there's even feathers on that one. See, okay, so the way that Debbie embellished this page, her page, that was kind of like a shelf like this, was that she did it in this downward diagonal, and I think I want to try to maintain that. So let's do like here's the arrows going back and forward. There's the birds of a feather, right? That's funny. And see, I really want to put it over here. If I do another one, I want to put it over there, but she was really going down this way. So I think what I will do is just not do a third, or the third that I thought I might do was this. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I think I liked this idea of the two of us, the two. But those don't really, again, overthink, stop it. I kind of like that there. Just the two for the two of us. So I'm really avoiding that temptation to put something over here. Let's see what else we got. I originally thought about putting these two feathers on too, but at this point, at this juncture, I'm thinking there may be a little bit too much going on. What do we think? Maybe here. Is that too goofy? A little. Oh, why not? Let's just trim these off so we can get them a little bit underneath there. I think it is a little too crazy much, but why not? And let's see, what else could we cram onto this page? I initially thought I was going to use this ampersand like for you and me. Let's see if it fits here or here. I sort of like that. And maybe going back to that other one, like me and you, that kind of a... So this was one of the best days ever. This was like one of our favorite days on the trip. I'm just wondering if that can fit in there. I don't think it can without looking too much. Oh, why not? It looks like too much, but I don't care. I'm just gonna, oh, I think my problem with it is I want it to go underneath this. Yeah. I think that looks a little bit better. And so now I'm thinking we need just a tiny bit something more up here. Just a little bit. Nothing major. Just something in this little space. I'm not sure what. Those little birdies up a little so you can see them a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to get to the journaling, and then we will work on those Project Life pages and get a whole bunch of things onto our page or into the album, you know, out of the storage binder into the album. And so now I'm going to go ahead and write, and I'll be right back and I'll show you what I wrote. Okay, so I haven't started journaling yet, but I just remembered that I was going to put me and you. And as I was doing that, I was thinking, like, maybe I could incorporate these words into my journaling down here, and that would be the little clever part of it. See, I'm not feeling clever enough with all this poetry this month. It's, yeah, as soon as I read the article, the ebook, and then I was like, oh, there's a lot of poetry in here, I thought, oh, what am I going to do? Because I'm not a poet. I'm just not. Okay, so here's the you and you. Okay, so now I'm going to start the journaling, and I'm going to incorporate these words. And I think what I'm going to do to get them all, to get everything correct, is I'm going to use a pencil for my journaling, and then go over it afterwards, because I really feel like I could mess it up. So I'm just going to grab a pencil, and then I'll start journaling, and then fill in all these little letter stickers. Okay, I'll be back. Hey Scrapbookers, I'm back, and I have my brochures from Martha's Vineyard that I want to incorporate into those Project Life type pages, and I have my journaling done. Woohoo! So it says mother and daughter. Summer escape to spend time together as friends on our own journey, comma. We get to decide when and where to go. The the Vineyard was a favorite day. We made a pact to come back. You loved, sorry, I can talk faster than I can write. You loved the boat ride, and I know it's a ferry ride, but there was no ferry sticker. The beach, the ocean, the fact that our Allen families lived here for generations before, and maybe I loved that fact more than she did, the revolutionary. See, we didn't know that we were there. Like, my family now didn't know that we lived in Martha's Vineyard all those years ago, but I always felt like, and it is a special place all in its own, even if we have no connection there, but you know, there's some locations that I just feel like, oh, I love this place. I feel connected to this place before the Revolutionary War. This destination felt like what should be our, she was like, I want to buy a house here, I want to live here, home. You said, I said she better make a lot of money. It's expensive now. You said it felt like you already knew this place in your heart. Our special connection. And okay, so we were there June 2014. And I'm just going to do my little love mom, like I do a lot of times. Okay, so there's the page, and I think that I do want to see if I can erase the pencil marks. I'm going to use my Magic Rub eraser. I think that will work well. And the regular eraser actually worked just as fine, I think. So now I'm going to go about putting some pages together in Project Life, the Project Life page protectors, and I'm not going to have you sit through all of that, but what I will do is I'll check in every once in a while and say, here's where I'm up to. Okay. So there's the page. Does it need anything else? Maybe some tickets, if I had some tickets. That might be cute. But otherwise, and maybe some like enamel dots or something small like that. I don't think I have any though. I guess that should be on my list, huh? Although, I also think I could just stop there, which I think I'm going to do. So, ta-da, that's the page. And I'm going to check back in to show you the other pages that I make that will be related to these. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, scrapbookers, so I'm about done, and I was going to do a whole lot more pages, but I didn't. And I'm out of time. So this is how the page is going to turn out, and this will be in a page protector in the album, and this is what's going to be looking over at it. So a few elements went through the 2 pages, even though I didn't use exactly the same supplies. I did like a 3, you and me, remember this, and so there are some circles over on this side, and then I did add some feathers over there, so that we've got, you know, the birds of a feather over here. And I never say birds of a feather. And Just have a little bit of glue on that guy. But it's just kind of an underlying theme, like the two of us, birds of a feather. And maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't, you know, looking at the album. And then on this other side of the page, it's very, I just took some like less than awesome photos. So this photo is one where my face is, you know, in a shadow. It's really dark. But it was nice to get those photos into an album. And yeah, I have a lot more work on this summer trip. I think it's going to take a while for me to scrapbook it all, but that was good. It was fun to use some imagery there to kind of convey that, you know, we're a little bit the same, even though we don't always feel like we're always the same. Anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your comments, and thanks for the encouragement. And I am going to continue making a page a day this September to get my mojo back. Okay, bye.